Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is Classified, episode 2. I'm wondering kung ba't hindi ko siya linigay under my usual reviews, which na yung unclassified or categorized reviews ko. Pero I think the main theme here under classified is yung mga series na sobrang haba and hindi ko malagay sa isang classification lang like movies kasi movies madali lang review. But this is actually a very, very long series. I remember going back then high school. No, unang work ko nagsimula sa Supernatural is around 2006, I think. So it goes way back. But tonight we will be celebrating at least the fandom Supernatural over here at Zero Hour Discussions, formerly known as Stay at Home Podcast. And I do have a couple of guests, also a couple of content creators as well. And they have their own podcast. Let me just introduce Den and also Kat.
Hi.
Yeah, good evening, ladies. And thank you so much for being here. And I hope na you guys don't have a bad feeling about this. Medyo fun na. Dahil
We
Sinimulan na
don't,
ni
we
Dean
don't.
kanina eh. Sinimulan na ni Dean kanina. And I'm obviously big Dean Winchester, actually Jensen Ackles fan. So coming in na nakamaong ako, and then overalls ko maong, big fan. But yeah, let's get some more information from you ladies. Let's start with sino gusto magsimula in introducing what you guys do. Is it Ben or Kat?
Uh,
Si
I
Nene.
I think I'll go because Kat asked
Okay,
me
go
to.
ahead.
So I'm one half of I have a bad feeling about this. I'm Den and my partner Kat. We've been best friends since high school, and we started podcasting after finally pushing through after years and years of saying that we should record our conversations. And we actually did an episode on Supernatural. I can't remember what episode number was that, Kat, but we also talked about a ton of series that we loved na super tagal na ng tinakbo. Yeah. So, of course, Supernatural was one of those series because we loved Supernatural so much to the point that I don't want to say that we stopped. But I guess we got tired of it.
Yeah, I actually have the same sentiment because as I said a while ago, parang 2006 pa nagsimula to, or I think 6 or 7, and kung titignan mo yung panahon before and now, ang tagal na niya kung tutuusin. Pero this is actually
Mm-mm.
may ingay dito. Sorry kung naririnig nyo. Um, kung tutuusin, this is actually one of the series na it kind of stood the test of time. Kasi ang Buffy the Vampire
Mm.
Slayer, I'm not a big fan pero maganda ang Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Hindi siya tumagal ng ganito katagal.
Hmm.
Even stuff like Hercules, Xena Warrior Princess, hindi siya tumagal ng ganito. And I think that also comes with a responsibility then on the creative end na they need to keep up the storyline. And eventually, ang nangyari, I think they lost touch na kasi paulit-ulit na yung nangyayari, lalo na yung patapos na. Ang hirap ng gumawa ng stories. So, you could only have so many
Uh,
mythical creatures to slay, or monsters to slay. Though, ayun nga, it is what it is pagdating sa supernatural. But then again, sinabi nga nila kanina, this is actually one of our most favorite shows kung tutuusin. So, what is supernatural sa mga hindi nakakaalam? Ladies, would you like to give us a brief introduction of what supernatural is? Or would you like me?
so, Supernatural at
Yeah.
first was a story about two brothers. Wait, so it's about two brothers na they went separate ways. Sam was on track to become a lawyer until their father mysteriously disappeared. So his older brother Dean had to come and pick him up from Stanford
Mm.
and
Hmm.
revive, bring him back into the family business of being a hunter. And for the first few seasons, the stories were good. Like, yung season plots niyan, super ganda talaga. Yung hinahanap pa nila yung killer ng mom nila because their mom
Mhm.
was their bit. I'm personally of the opinion that they should have ended it at 6. But since the ratings were so high for season 6, they could
Mm.
have at least ran with 6, skip the plot line of 7, and straight to 8, and a bit of 9. Maganda yung plot ng 8 eh.
Mm.
Naalala ko, season 8. That one had a good plot.
Yeah, I would agree na they should have skipped 7, or at least yung 7 should have been a sideshow, or ibang ano siya. Sabihin natin na may ibang tawag dito, may ibang aspect ng supernatural, which yun yung nasa katulo ko tuwing naiisip ko to. Gagawin nila ngayon yung ano, supernatural na panay babae, Wayward Sisters yata, I think.
A
And
supernatural spin-off ba yun?
yes,
Oh, okay.
pero involved pa rin si Jensen. Based on sa mga inaano nila, pinapost nila. Without Jared Padalecki, for crying out loud. Bakit kayo gumawa na isang supernatural project without Jared? And ayun nga. Ikaw ano, Kat, what is supernatural for you, and how did you find out about this series before? I mean, malamang
Um,
siguro nagkwentuhan kayo dati, nalaman nyo. Pero
oh.
I'll let you digress.
Before kasi, when I was younger, napapanood ko na siya, pero I was warned by a family member na I shouldn't watch it. Kasi I was too young, na it has scary themes na baka hindi ako makatulog. Tapos later on, when Dan and I became friends, yon nakwento niya sa akin na maganda nga daw. So, ayun, I tried it. Tapos, nagustuhan ko naman siya.
Nakamute pala ako. Sorry. But, ayun. Ako siguro, paano ko ba na-discover to? I think, back then kasi, 2006, hindi pa ganun ka-prevalent yung paggamit natin ng internet. So,
Mm.
everything that we see, or at least we get to watch, it's either we tune into a particular channel, and then lalabas na lang ang ad doon. So, this is something
Mm.
interesting. Kasi yung ad ng Supernatural before, two brothers, parang ganun sa'yo. And then, yung Impala, pinakita. Okay, bit dark. And then, you see Dean na may hawak-hawak ng stake, may pinapatay. And then, nagiging abo, which before we didn't know kung ano yun. Pala mga ghost pala yun. So, it caught my attention na, oh, okay, since I'm a big fan of, ngayon hindi na masyado, pero I'm a big fan of Ghost and also supernatural stuff. Why not give this a chance? And then I watched it in TV. I think it's Solar or Sun, nakalimutan ko na, pero isang channel siya before, cable
Ay,
channel, and then
AXN yata. Kasi ako before
hindi,
sa
meron pa.
AXN ko siya pinapanood eh.
Oo, AXN, and then bago ng AXN meron pang isa. I forgot kung ano siya. Pero
Ganun
Sky
nakatagal
Cable
lang
pa rin.
Supernatural kasi naabutan pa natin yung era na inaabangan natin siya weekly sa TV.
Yes. So parang
Ganun na siya katagal.
one episode per week na kung titignan mo ngayon, when you have the
Oo.
luxury to watch it dire-diretso, parang bakit niyo pa pinatagal? Parang ganun, di ba? When you could watch it in the entire day, pwede mong tapusin yung isang season actually in one day. Pero that's very counterproductive kung totoo.
Competitive
Yeah.
ito ang ano kasi I remember watching it on TV parang
Mm,
every week. Tapos eventually, nauso na yung mga naka-DVD siya na
oh,
naka-film.
sa
Nauso
rec
siyang
pa pa nga dami.
nakaganon. Tapos after nun, nauso na yung tinotorrent na siya. Parang ganun yung naging cycle ng panunood
Yeah.
mo ng Supernatural.
Ladies and gentlemen, nakikita niyo yung ano namin, yung age namin, dahil we're talking about burnt DVDs and probably
Di ba?
maybe
Di ba?
CDs pa before na nakakatuwa lang siya isipin na okay, tagal na pala ng series na. Pero
Did they
when you
ever put it on Netflix ba?
meron, but not here.
Meron?
Yes.
Ah,
Ah, it's on
Netflix
Netflix ba?
USA has it. Netflix USA, they have the entire thing. So if you want, you could get some VPN connection and then connect kayo sa US. You'll get to access. I think hindi ako sure if everything's there. I think season 5 onwards yata.
Ah.
As far as I could remember, season 5 onwards.
This is a
Kasi
testament to our age nga.
pero ano, it's really may mga ano din, newer generation people na nanonood din ng Supernatural. They're finding it a bit, alam mo yun, they're saying that it's enjoyable
Mm.
for its age na ginawa siya before. Yung ano niya, maganda, which they can't argue na, maganda naman talaga siya eh.
Mhm.
There are, especially in the earlier seasons, there are very few to rant about. Very
Yeah.
few.
Ah,
Siguro yung
ah,
nakakaano na lang doon minsan na bakit ang dami yung characters? Yun na yun, one of the main things. Lalo na yung mga earlier seasons, diba?
Mm.
mm.
Daming mga ang tawag doon? Daming supporting cast nila.
Mm.
Sobrang
Mm,
dami. Like,
mm,
pupunta ako
mm.
sa isang city, nakakatawa doon. Punta si Dean, saka si Sam sa isang city, and then, oy, may kilala na tayo. And then, okay, sub-character na natin yan. Parang every time na lumal sila, lagi meron.
Mm.
But, yep.
Mm.
So, that's how we discovered Supernatural. Then discovered it through, they call this, TV, AXN, sabi nga niya. And then, Kat, sa kaibigan mo, tama ba? As far as I remember,
Ah.
sinabi sa'yo. And then
Oh, ni
ako,
si Den.
oh,
Si
yun.
Den ang nagsabi sa'kin.
Ako, while watching through, nung okay pa yung cable before, nandiyan na yung Hellhound. Hanap ko na. um, yun yung ano sa akin. So, let's go ahead and dive in a bit more. And, let's go ahead and make some character discussions here. Let's start with Kat. Sino yung memorable sa'yo? Or at least yung mga favorites mo in the entire,
Um,
yung mga napanood mo lang Mahirap kasi include yung mga hindi natin na, ano, yung out of territory natin na hindi na natin nabutan.
Siyempre, sa Winchester Brothers, ang favorite ko si Dean. Si Dean talaga kasi, he's very, kasi parang he got the shorter end of the stick. So,
Mm.
mas nakaka-relate ka sa kanya. Tapos, siguro si Bobby. Kasi, parang naging father figure siya nung magkapatid. So, whenever Bobby is in the episode, you know it's good. Kasi, ayun, andun siya.
Mm.
Yun. Tapos si Charlie, ayun, nagustuhan ko si Charlie kasi yung characters, yung female characters most of the time, yung love team yung nagiging role nila, pero yung kay Charlie, hindi ganon. Kaya nagustuhan ko si Charlie. Yun. Yun yung mga favorite characters ko.
Okay. I'm surprised na wala si Castiel sa sa listahan mo. So usually, di ba parang, especially women na, si Cass lagi nandun. But yeah, to each their own. Then ikaw, mind if I ask?
Mm.
Sorry, yeah,
Well,
mind if I ask?
ako yung Castiel stan sa amin ni Kat. As in, like,
Okay.
super Castiel stan ako. Lagi ko ang sinasabi sa kanya before na yung best season ng Supernatural is the 4th one. Kasi yun yung pilot episode na dumating siya. Tapos, isa siya dun sa... I had this list before. Super nerd nito, pero sabi ko kay Kat, I have this dumb list of characters that weren't in the first season of a certain series. Pero sila yung game changer characters. Like, si Castiel yung number 1 sa list na yun. So yeah, I really love Castiel. So siguro si Dean, si Bobby. And yung mom ni Joe, si Ellen, I think yun. I really
si
liked
Ellen.
her. Kaya when she died, sobrang, isa yun sa deaths ng Supernatural na ang sakit. As in, hindi ko na siya pinanood uli, actually. Yung episode na yun. Sobrang nalungkot ako.
Yung death ni Ellen?
Kaya nung nabalitaan ko na hindi sila bumalik dun sa final episode. Di ba namatay sila ni Joe?
Yeah.
Nung hindi na sila bumalik, I heard na hindi sila bumalik sa last episode. Lalo kung, ayoko na panoorin lalo.
Saka it's basically heroic, quote unquote, sacrifice ang nangyari sa kanila.
Mm.
Which is, I think, could have been avoidable when you're
Oo.
remembering it. It was a totally, ano eh, unnecessary yung pagkamatay
Mm.
nilang dalawa. But then
Mm,
again,
mm,
inisip ko na lang it is SPN and everything happens and a few seasons later,
mm.
bumalik si Joe but in a form
Mm.
of being a ghost. So also very on my end kasi ngayon ako naman ngayon magsasabi pero ito na reaction ko sa group chat.
Son of a bitch!
Yung ko yun, na namatay siya. Kasi when I was watching it, talagang invested ako na I wanted Joe to actually move forward with the team. Yeah. Kasi fan na fan ako ni Joe. Obviously, pero not as big. Well, she's in top 3, pero ito yung favorite ko. Let's go. I'm going to start with number 5. Number 5 is Bobby. As always, if we don't have Bobby on the list, I don't know what kind of show you're watching kapag hindi kasama si Bobby talaga. Very fun person, fatherly figure. Kasi alam naman natin nangyari kay
Oo.
John. And I'm not saying irresponsible na father si John, pero it happens. Yun talaga. Hindi nila ginusto yun. Number 4, it is Tessa. Tessa the Reaper. For some
Mm.
reason, talagang fan ako ni Tessa ever since nakita ko siya. Ever since nung um, mamamatay na dapat si Dean sa hospital.
Mm.
You guys remember? And then si Hazel umiikot-ikot na lang. So, may fondness ako for Tessa. And mamaya
Mm.
may share ako. Nakita na yata ni Dan yun kung bakit ako fan ni Tessa. Um, Number 3 is Joe Harvell. As always, big fan.
Oo.
Talagang something about yung medyo little sister type na kaya niya mag-kick ass pa rin kahit na hindi
Mm.
halata sa itsura niya. And underutilized si Joe kung tutusin. Hindi siya na maayos. Hindi siya na bigyan ng maayos na time on screen.
Mm.
Kung ikukumpara mo dun sa mga iba, if you're going to compare
Mm.
her with Ruby, which ay hindi ko ganun kagusto yung character, except yung first incarnation ni Ruby, gusto ko yun. Pero yung asawa in real life ni Jared, hindi ko masyadong
Oo.
gusto for some reason. Um,
Yung asawa ni Jared nga, feeling ko unpopular nga yung asawa ni Jared, na Ruby.
it's very ironic, 'di ba? Kasi asawa mo yun kung tutuusin dapat. Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko magets kung bakit ganyan nararamdaman ko towards sa incarnation niya ang Ruby. Kasi 'di ba, I can't remember the episode na pumunta siya sa world na walang supernatural. Na. And then, so you're married to fake,
Mm.
ano ba yun, fake Sam, si Ruby.
Mm.
Parang nakikita mo din, I'm not sure if it's an aesthetic
Mm.
problem or is it a casting problem yung pagdating dun kay yung last Ruby, pero walang dating for me.
Mm.
Wala siyang dating for some reason Mas may dating pa yung I
Feeling,
can't remember.
feeling ko
Sorry, go
it's
ahead.
nung pinag ko kasi uli yung season na yan, nung una siyang lumabas, hindi, she can't act well. Feeling ko it was her first gig siguro. She doesn't act well. And asset nung first incarnation ni Ruby yung standard. Maganda kasi yung unang Ruby eh.
Oo.
Mm.
Hindi lang siya
Magaling yung
maganda,
unang Ruby.
magaling siya
So factor din
magsalita.
yun.
Mm.
Oo.
Oo. Yung
Yeah, go ahead.
way
Go ahead,
ng
sorry.
pag-deliver ng wife ni Jared Padalecki, parang basta may something off sa pagsasalita niya. Parang
Parang forced,
it's like she
diba?
doesn't want to be there.
Tsaka siguro, kasi they're supposed to be playing one character. Pero, since nag-iiba-iba yung incarnations nga ni Ruby, yung hindi na maintain yung specific character talaga. Parang for every
Oo,
actress,
oo.
may iba't ibang
Oo.
version na hindi na translate well siguro nung wife ni Jared.
Which shouldn't be, diba?
Hindi siya
Yun yung,
Mm.
diba? Which
Oo.
shouldn't be. Yun, ang pangalan ng second Ruby? Forgot name. Pero,
Yung
Si
asawa
Katie
ni
kasi
Jared,
din na lang yung
Genevieve.
tanda ko
si
eh.
Genevieve ba kagad?
Si Katie kasi di yung una.
Oo.
tingnan mo, nakalimutan ko na. Basta hindi memorable sa akin kung kailan nag-landing yung si Genevieve eh. For some reason
Mm.
talagang she's there and she's playing an established character. Yun lang alam ko pag nakikita ko sa Ruby. Yun lang. Besides that,
Ang,
we
na-
could go without
ang
you.
closest thing na ang closest thing na naiisip ko, and Kat's gonna hate me for this. Ay, hindi. Feel ko gonna agree pala. Yung performance pangalan ni, yung young Darth Vader sa, prequel trilogy na Star Wars. Si
Si,
Hayden
Aiden
Christensen.
Christensen.
oo.
Parang ganun yung,
Ah,
ganun yung level ng
Um,
acting ng wife ni Jared as Ruby.
yeah, you could say that. Lalo na yung unang part nung yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Medyo bland, medyo expressionless, medyo alam mo yun, parang bakit ka nandito? Ganun yung dating. 'Di ba? Parang ganun. Actually, mas gusto ko pa nga sana kung si Lauren Cohan na lang yung yung Ruby, mas bagay eh.
Siya yung,
Si
di ba,
Maggie.
yung,
Siya yung thief,
yung,
oo.
yung
magnanakaw.
thief. Magaling nga si
Mm.
Lauren Cohan doon.
Mm.
Sayang
Magaling
siya.
siya.
Sana siya
Oo.
na lang yung nag-Ruby. Oo, ano.
Pero
Iisipin
at
ko
the
tuloy
same
yun
time,
mamaya.
maganda yung character niya dun eh.
Pero hindi nag-last yung character niya, which is a
Yun
very big
lang.
disappointment. Na,
Nakas na
bakit?
yata kasi siya sa Walking Dead. Nung
Silang
time
dalawa
na
ni
yan.
silang dalawa ni John, ni Jeffrey Dean Morgan, 'di ba?
Mm.
Oo,
And it's
nakas na
very
yata sila.
And another tidbit there is, if you guys have watched Batman versus Superman, mag-asawa silang dalawa.
Ah, oo.
Martha
Hindi ko
and
pinanood.
Thomas Kent. Thomas Wayne pala, Thomas Wayne. Silang dalawa yung tatay. Yung isang alleyway doon makikita nyo, oy.
Mm-mm.
So ngayon mag-asawa kayo. Parang lagi silang partner. So yun sa testament talaga na sayang yung character ni Lauren Cohan doon sa Supernatural. Could have been may hint na gusto nilang pahabain pero parang tinitignan nila sa fanbase na gusto nyo ba to?
Mm.
And back then siguro they're not getting the reception na gusto nila. I think on Supernatural or this directive sent now. So yun, hindi nag-last.
Ang bata pa
I
nga
think-
ni Lauren Cohan dyan nung nag-supernatural
Yes.
siya. Like,
Bata
you
pa
can
siya
tell
dun.
na it was so long ago. Based sa itsura niya.
And nakakatuwa din siya dahil syempre doon yung nagamit yung British na accent and everything as opposed with The Walking Dead na sa Walking Dead na American just for people na hindi alam yung pinag-uusapan namin or you're not that deep into ito siya before. So maganda si Lauren before talaga. Even now, pero yung character niya kasi dito, I could attribute it na femme fatale siya.
Dun sa
Spy,
character niya sa
diba?
supernatural.
Spy siya. Kaya nga, bagay nga silang dalawa eh.
Oo.
Bagay silang dalawa
Actually, nung napanood ko yung supernatural episode niya, tapos years later, nung nanood na ako ng Walking Dead, nung may nag-point out sa akin na nag-supernatural siya, di ba? Hindi mo halata. Tapos I had to look it up kasi ibang-iba yung vibe niya eh, nung nasa Walking Dead na siya.
Ibang-iba nga. Pero it's funny, di ba? Kasi yung character niya dito was intent to be brutal siya pero lagi siya may one-liner. Pansin niyo, lagi siya may one-liner sa magkapatid. Parang, okay, magaling kayong dalawa pero sino mas magaling sa atin tatlo? Parang ganun yung gusto niyang padating. It's very bad. Ano ba yung, if you could, girls could refresh your memory, paano siya namatay? Is it through a deal din? Di ba? It's also through a Crossroads demon deal rin yata, di ba? Kasi nagbibilang siya ng oras niya eh.
Pag naaalala ko lang,
Diba?
parang hindi alam ni Dean na she made a deal.
Yun nga. Hindi alam.
So when she passed on, sobrang na-affect siya. Kahit lagi silang nag-aaway. Yun yung nag-stick sa akin nun kasi syempre, this was like 2010s. Hindi ko in-expect yung plot twist na yun. I hadn't seen Game of Thrones yet. So parang, what? Ganun siya
Kasi ano
mawawala.
di ba parang and off-screen yung pagkamatay niya. Hindi yung katulad sa iba
Off-screen siya
na,
namatay.
di ba we do see some instances of people dying through these deals with the crossroads na darating na lang sila.
Mm.
Darating na lang yung and then pak, brutal. Yung kay Lauren kasi hindi natin alam. Actually, hindi nga natin alam kung namatay siya eh. Parang we just assume that she died kasi sinasabi niya na I don't have much time left. And then, okay, wala ka na the next
Actually, yun yung
episode.
naaalala ko nga dyan na parang she disappeared. Parang
Disappear
ganun.
na lang. And parang binibigyan pa yata siya ng helping hand ng magkapatid pero hindi niya kinuha dahil it's too late daw. But as we know, as the seasons pass by, parang pinatay niya ni Sam yung isang hellhound na is giving him some sort of powers for some stupid reason na pero it was fun. Ayun, na-derail ako. So Lauren Cohan, sino ba ba? Yan, Tessa the Ripper, Joe Harvell. And then obviously top 2, Sam muna before Dean. I think I put Sam number 2. It's because there are some characters kasi na magkakaroon ka ng bias, especially if you have 2 main characters. Anywhere, kahit anong show, ilagay mo na babae man o lalaki sila or magkapatid. If they're trying to imply that they're actually equal, doon nagkakaroon ng divide sa fan base. Which is na, okay, are you team Sam or team Dean or even team Castiel nung pumasok siya? I mean, wala sa top ko si Castiel pero obviously if it's in top 10, nasa top 6 siya. It's a toss, a coin toss between him and Bobby for me. I have to go with Bobby. Just because yung father figure niya and yung experiences na binigay niya. And also, yung siguro after ng dalawang yon, kung meron pang isang pinnacle na tataas pa kay Dean, it's Death. Si Death, yung character niya. Kahit na gaano kaikli yung lumalabas siya. The issue is kapag lumabas siya, anong gagawin niya? Yung lagi, anong involvement ni Death sa episode na yon, which is always monumental. Makikita niyo yun if you guys remember yung yung pizza scene. Diba, pumunta siya sa isang city. And then, yung mismong intro niya, lumabas siya sa isang kotse, may bumunggu sa kanya, and then tinignan lang niya, napatay na.
That's a
So,
good scene.
Ganon ka badass yun. I think it's the, diba? It's the Horseman of the Apocalypse, na siya lang hindi namatay.
Yun yung plot na yun.
Yeah, it's very...
Yan yung god tier plots pa ng Supernatural. Kasi, based siya sa Bible. Yung part na yan based sa Bible eh. Pero yung seasons before that, I think we discussed this dun sa episode namin. There's actual lore taken from Texas. Yung, di ba yung, ano nga uli yun, Kat? Yung Gates of Hell thing, di ba? It's based on an actual myth dun sa place na yun sa Texas. Which is really cool.
Wow, meron ako nalalaman na hindi ko maalala.
Yung, I
have
think
to look this one up.
I think it's season 3. Yung place na sinasabi nila na, yung, ano yun, Kat? Yung railroads ba yun?
Yung train tracks na
yung
it
train
forms
tracks, yes.
into a
Diba
star.
yung kasi dito yung star niya and then dun daw magkakaroon ng meeting talaga yung death and also whatever entity na gagawa ka ng dito. Dun sila dadaan talaga. Yeah, ngayon na remember ko na. Ang iniisip ko kasi po siya, Bobby Mackey's Music World.
Basta yung place na yun sa Texas, there's an actual story about that. Na they believe na yung cemetery daw na yun. Basta yung cemetery na yung nawala si Castia at si Sam, yung kinuha sila. Yung finale ng 6, myth talaga siya din sa place na yun. Tapos, popular attraction yung cemetery na yun sa mga occult fans for some weird reason. Dahil doon.
I'm not gonna go there. Yun naman sabi ko. Is this the same cemetery na
So, yun.
na pinatay nila sa Azazel? Hindi, no? Different to.
I can't remember if it's the same one. Different yata.
Different
diba?
yata.
It's another good episode yung
Basta
pagkamatay niya.
yung same story na yun. Ay, oo, ang ganda nun. Super ganda ng episode na yun. Ang emotional
Dun,
nun.
doon nagsimula yung ano. I think doon nag-peak talaga yun eh. Yung ending ng season 1 yata or 2. Yun nga yung pagkamatay na yun. Tatay nila, and then
Mm.
si Azazel na pinatay nila. Yung revenge arc na sinasabi nga nila for it. It's very memorable.
Mm.
It's also very... Now, parang gusto ko nang umalis dito panoorin ko. Parang ganyan yung feeling ko pag naalala ko yun. Kasi ang ganda eh. There's some
Mm.
there is some magic within the earlier seasons na hindi nila na-replicate for some reason. I think it's also attributing na sobra tagal na ng franchise. So sad.
Oo.
Diba yun? Isisingit ko lang dito, pero sige, bigyan nyo ako ng top 3 siguro na pinakaayaw yung character.
Hmm.
Na pinaka-hate nyo. Talaga.
Siguro
Sige,
sa
Kat,
akin,
mauna ka. Kasi iniisip ko yun.
si Ruby. For some reason, kahit yung mga earlier versions ni Ruby, hindi ko nagustuhan. Kasi, bakit ba? Kasi siguro,
Kasalanan niya kung bakit nangyayari lahat. Di ba?
oo. Tsaka kasi, from the start na minamanipulate niya si Sam. Tapos si Sam naman, nagpapamanipulate siya. So, yun. Sino pa ba? Yung mga ibang angels, na hindi ko na maalala yung pangalan, pero meron kasing,
Mm.
ayun. Kasi sobrang evil nung ibang angels doon. Hindi ko maalala yung nag-cause nung mag-fall yung angels sa earth. Pero yun,
Scribe yun eh.
Hindi ko rin maalala, pero annoying nga yung character na yun. Hindi ko maalala kung sino siya, pero annoying siya.
Scribe of God yun. Si Metatron.
ayun, si Metatron.
Pero maganda
Yan,
ano
yan,
niya.
yan, yan.
Maganda yung redemption niya. Maganda yung redemption niya. Gusto ko yung final episode niya. So, okay, you're all assholes here. Magpapaiwan na lang ako. Ako na ba? Ganun yung dating eh. Tapos sabay, obviously, outmatch pa rin siya kahit gaano siya katalino. Masyadong malakas yung kalaban. Okay, sorry to interrupt. Meron pa ba?
Yes. Wala na. Yun
Wala
lang
na.
yun na yung naaalala ko.
Ikaw din.
Ako siguro, si Ruby din, pero, and I'm sorry, yung Ruby talaga ni Genevieve Padalecki. Kasi, yung unang Ruby kasi okay siya eh. Funny siya for me eh.
Yes.
Yung
I
blonde.
agree.
Si Katie Cassidy yun, di ba? Yung blonde Ruby. Interesting siya eh. Like, napapaisip ka na, is this actually a demon on their side? Or demon lang talaga siya?
Actually, mas convincing yung pagiging niya, manipulative niya. Yun nga yung unang movie. Kung yun ang ginamit nilang character onwards, mas maano may entice ka na hindi mo alam kung ano ginagawa niya.
Ang reason ba kaya pinalitan yung katawan ni Ruby? Kasi namatay yung katawan ni Katie Cassidy.
Yes,
Ganon.
siguro.
Is
I
yung
think
logic
that's the only
behind it?
explanation that you have for it. Or hindi na siya bumalik deliberately. Either or. Ganun naman yun if you have casting choices, diba? Parang, we really don't know, pero yun nga.
Sure yun. Pangalawa, yung dad nila. Ayoko talaga dun sa dad nila from the very beginning.
John?
Si Jeremy Dean Morgan. Oh, hindi ko siya gusto. Siguro
Why?
kasi I don't like the way he treated Dean. Parang ganun. Yun lang yung sole reason ko why I don't like him. Kasi parang pag arc nila, naaawa ako. Yung I feel like Dean had to grow up way too fast. Parang ganun. Tapos naiinis ako pag magkasama yung dad nila tsaka si Sam kasi lagi silang nag-aaway. Nasistress ako. Ang babaw na, sorry, yun yung reason ko. Tapos yung third siguro, and I don't like her kasi natatakot ako sa itsura niya. Doon una ko siyang pinanood. Yung gumanap na Lilith.
Yung bata.
Yung bata.
Yung bata ba?
Yung bata. Nakakatakot yung itsura niya. Yun lang yung dahilan ko ba't ayoko sa kanya.
Lalo na yung introduction niya. Di ba, yung intro niya? Nasa, presinto sila, and then, bigla nilang pumuti yung mata niya, and then sumabog lahat. For some reason. Why? Di ba parang, this actually follows in a town na nakakaligtas pala nila lahat ng tao. I think this is the Croatoan virus yata.
Mm.
I'm
Oo
not
yata.
entirely
Oo,
sure.
yun yata.
'Di ba? Kasi ano na yun eh, wala naniniwala sa kanila na ganito yung nangyayari and then
Mm.
niligtas nila yung lahat.
Mm.
It's very sad kasi na-realize nila, parang sinabi na sa kanila na all of the people that you actually rescued or saved just died few moments when you guys left.
Mm.
Oh, what?
Oo.
Talaga yung why?
Ang fucked
Um,
up, no? Sorry.
'Di ba? Is it actually serving ako lang naisip ko yun. What nung pinanood ko ulit before kasi parang we just watch things just for continuity's sake.
Mm.
Minsan hindi mo napapanoorin
Mm.
because of logic or story writing. Ba gusto mo, oy, nandiyan si Dean, nandiyan si ano, nandiyan si Sam, or just wanna
Mm.
watch it. Pero right now, if I'm going to rewatch it, feeling ko ngayon mas magiging critical ako sa lahat ng mangyayari. Sobra.
Actually, oo.
Dahil pero yun yung una ko napansin nun, even way back. Bakit nyo pinatay lahat kaagad? Well, I
Mm.
mean, yeah, it could serve the plot na we're going to say na dito yung virus and then nandito yung kalaban ninyo. Parang it's a
Mm.
very step up.
Mm.
Mm.
It's still unnecessary, pero okay.
Actually.
Whatever works, do it. Okay, sorry. So Lilith and then wala na, yun na.
Wala na. Yeah, left because she's a little girl demon. For some reason, nakakatakot yung mga little girl demons.
And white, 'di ba meron din hierarchy yung mga kulay ng mata, 'di ba? May
Oo.
hierarchy yung kulay ng mata and then Azazel is actually mid-tier. Pero
Mm.
ang menacing ng dating niya sa season 1.
Mm.
Akala mo siya na yung pinakamalakas sa lahat. So I'm just
Mm.
gonna read a few bago ko ibigay list ko. Last man, thanks for hanging out. Not sure if you're still here, buddy. This is amazingly done. I mean, the whole podcasting thing as far as Supernatural is concerned, I've never watched a single episode yet. My backlogs include Supernatural and The Wire. Oh yeah, you have to watch both, man. Yun lang masasabi ko. That's incredible. Corporeal Life Form, thank you so much for visiting. I know it's already around morning time out there, man. Thanks for visiting the stream and okay, just did the stream talking about No Time to Die. I think I have to invite you guys sometime soon. Corporeal Life Form. The movie wasn't bad at all. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. I'll just leave it that for now. Next time, because sorry, English because the guy is somewhere in the south.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll probably be open for discussion on another James Bond movie sometime soon. But yeah, hope you're doing well, and we're just spending a few more hours before Friday Night Lights. Thank you for being here. So going back
Mm.
doon, ako naman, this would be very unpopular, pero ang pinakaayaw ko, hindi, well, yung top 2 ko, pero yung pinakahuli, I hate, ano, I hate Lucifer. I really hate him.
Mm.
For some
Ay,
reason,
oo. Oo.
yung ugali niya, parang it's an antagonist that you hate, you love to hate. Yun na lang sasabihin
Mm.
ko pagdating sa kanya. Pero, there are sometimes na gusto mo yung character niya. There are
Mm.
Mm.
sometimes na pag
Mm.
ayaw mo talaga sa kanya. Yun. Kaya mas pinili ko siya kaysa dun sa mga
Ah.
lower tier level na mga angels kasi maraming sobrang bad trip ng angel yung nga si Raphael, yung negro na yung kalbo, yung sobrang demanding and also meron pang isa nakalimutan ko
Mm.
yun yung parang binibigyan sila ng option to stop the apocalypse. I forgot his name.
Mm.
Yung parang businessman. Yung
Ano,
tinap sila sa isang
oo.
yung paulit-ulit na cycle
Ah.
na call center
Mm.
agent si Sam and then si Dean parang may-ari ng company. So yun
Mm.
yung reality na gusto nila impose to them, which is very bad.
Mm.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
so when it comes to Lucy, yan sabihin ko because ayun marinig na nanay ko yung pangalan. We're born again dito, kaya tinigil ko na rin papanood. But siguro yung pinaka gusto ko sa kanya is when he defeated may kotse kung saan man. When he defeated the old gods. Yon, yung buong scene na yun, pinatay niya lahat ng mga gods. Okay, this is a very badass character. Can't wait to see more. Pero ang naging problema ko is nung pinapressure na niya si Sam to do bad things. Kasi, I know it's your character, but medyo... Pero Mark
Mm-mm.
Pellegrino himself is a good actor. For me to
Mm.
say na I love to hate his character, magaling siya. Magaling yung actor. Definitely. Very good.
Actually,
Um,
actually, kaya siya naging popular eh. Dahil dun sa actor. Pero yung character niya,
mm, yun nga yung
hmm,
character niya. Um, Number two is, ito, pinakaayaw ko talaga before pero nagustuhan ko na rin siya eventually is Rowena. Some reason ayoko yung tsura niya. Ang dating sa akin ni Rowena is, gonna use the S word doon pag yung babae na medyo slut. Sorry if I offend yung sensitivities niyo bilang women pero medyo sluttish yung dating niya nung una siya pumasok sa Supernatural. Ano to? Wow. And then, okay, but parang out of place siya kung
Mm.
tutusin nung unang pasok
Mm.
niya.
mm,
Okay. So, ayoko pati 'di ba established na bad woman siya na nanay siya ni Crowley and then iniwanan mo si Crowley, you're a very bad mom. Ganyan yung dating. Ay, hindi ko
Oo.
worth. Pero with good writing, with good character development, that's the time I got to appreciate her more. Pero yung height, nakakapasok pala ni Rowena po siya. Ayaw ko sa character niya talaga. Sabi ko, I don't want to
mm,
see her. I don't want to hear her voice. Ganun ako kaano sa kanya. Off sa kanya. And number one is Michael the Archangel.
Mm. Mm. Oo.
Michael the Archangel is very manipulative.
mm, mm,
Very bad kung tutuusin. This is
Mm.
an Archangel na you have to root for kasi kalaban siya ni Lucy. So, the one thing that I like about him is yung if you need to die, you need to die. Ganun siya. Yun na yung
mm,
gusto ko sa kanya. Kasi the mere fact na pinatay niya yung mga ibang angels na nangingilab
Mm.
sa sa balance. Okay, this is something you could good for pero ang naayaw ko doon is yung pinatay niya yung isang angel na naging involved si Dean. I forgot her name. Yung redhead na
yung kamukha ni
angel.
Hayley
Ah, si
Williams.
Anna.
Yeah, o si Anna. Oh, why?
Yung kamukha ni
Why
Hayley
kill her?
Williams.
Hayley Williams sa book. Why? Minute na. Sorry,
Oo.
tagal na. Why? Why kill Anna in the first place? So, well, then again, you have to establish na ano ka, sobrang lakas mo, so you have to do it.
Mm.
Sabi nga nila. So, ayun, I think that's the entire list. We could go on and ano yung characters, pero we're in a tight time. So, maybe next time, I'm expecting a part 2 on this one, pero let's go ahead and jump forward to, Kat, I'm sorry, Den muna. Den, what was your most memorable episode dito? Ano, Supernatural.
Mm, so out of 9 seasons that I watched, because I only
Mm.
technically watched until season 9, uh, season 4, episode 1, yung dumating si Cass. Kasi, wala lang, I love that man in the trench coat. Wala lang, ang cute lang nung, kasi di ba the whole premise of the episode was, Dean is dead. Everyone moved on. yung pinaka-funny doon, yung pinuntahan niya si Bobby, di ba? Pinuntahan
Yep.
niya si Bobby. Tapos, when Bobby opened the door, ginuhusan siya ng holy water, di ba? Parang ganon. Tapos parang, hindi naniwala. Hindi naniwala na
Di
it's
marami pa
Dean.
siyang
So he's
ginawa eh.
dead.
Hindi
Parang,
lang
we
yun eh.
heard your...
Di
Oo.
ba?
Di
Parang
ba?
tinanong pa siya ng mga secrets
Nag-ano pa siya
nila.
na,
Oo.
sinanong siya ng stuff na only Dean would know. Na
Okay.
parang, may sinabi pa nga siya na ano eh, a demon knows everything daw. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Tapos may sinabi pa siya na stuff na, we buried you, your body was torn to pieces, ganon. Tapos
Mm.
parang, di ba ni-research nila? Yun yung nagustuhan ko sa episode na yun eh, kasi mapapaisip ka, how did he survive? Tapos parang,
How to survive.
yung clue lang nila is may handprint sa likod niya.
Oo.
Dito. Shoulder, actually.
Oo.
Parang ganun.
And mind you, I haven't rewatched season 4 in like 5 years, and I still remember the plot of that episode. Kasi yung pinaka-ending niya, parang towards the end, di ba sabi ni Sam, at ni Bobby, the only explanation na lumalabas sa ancient books nila is, it was an angel. Tapos hindi siya naniniwala. Tapos
Uh,
parang sabi ni Sam, out of all the evil things we've seen in this world, why can't you believe na there is good? Tapos parang sabi niya, because our mom believed in angels and angels weren't there to save her. And you did. Pero in the end, an angel did save him. So yun,
it's
kaya
fun.
super, gusto ko yung episode na yun.
It's funny seeing it ko lang. You guys remember yung ano, yung episode, I'm not sure I think it's 8 or 7 na humihingi siya ng tulong sa isang medium. You're not an angel. Why not? Sabi
Mm.
niya. Because I don't believe in you. Naalala niya yung matanda na kasalamin. Parang, I don't believe in angels. Pero nasa harapan nila si Cass. Nakakatawa yun eh.
Oo, naalala ko yung episode na
Naalala
yun.
mo.
Oo,
Diba?
oo. He's an
Parang,
actual
I'm
angel.
because I'm, what do you call it? Sabi niya, because I'm an atheist. Yung sabi niya. Okay.
Ay, oo, yung funny scene na yun. I don't
Uh,
believe in
eh,
angels. Parang, I'm an
uh,
atheist.
uh,
What if I tell you I'm an actual angel?
uh, that was a really quick funny na yun. And also another funny scene is yung cat. Yung sobrang takot siya. Yung nangangati siya dahil dun sa ghost. Yeah. A lot of fun stuff here. Besides that, is there anything memorable pa on your end or wala? Or sobra dami niya na
Si-
hindi mo masigit?
Siguro yung next kong naaalala is yung ending ng 8. Yung nalaglag na yung mga angels from the sky. Although yun nga yung reason why they fell. Wala lang, ang ganda, kasi memorable siya for me. Kasi maganda yung poster niya, if you guys remember.
Yes,
Super,
actually, itong
di
gamit
ba?
ko,
Oo.
this is the next ano eh. I think this is the next ano na. Itong sa Streamer. This is the next season na eh. I think season 9 na to eh. Pinipili ko
Super,
yon. Sabi ko, ano kayong magandang gamitin dito? I want to use that falling, parang, alam mo yung angels na comets.
para siyang
Pero,
comets.
wala akong makitang high res. So, okay, sabi ko, I'm gonna
Mm.
settle for this one.
Ang ganda nun. Tapos, nung after nung falling ng comets, biglang nagtayuan yung mga angel, baka naka-trench coat silang lahat. So, yun. Yan yung dalawa yun na pinaka-memorable for me.
Nice. Kat, how about you?
I can't remember what exact episode, pero ito yung paulit-ulit na mamatay si Sam. Yung, I can't remember
Um,
if it's Gabriel, na yung parang,
Groundhog Day.
oo, yun.
Groundhog Day, yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's funny.
Maganda din.
Kasi
Lagi may
parang,
heat of the moment. Gising
oo,
ka,
yung sa
okay.
clock.
Mm.
Yun. Kasi diba, it was in preparation na parang, kasi Sam was gonna die, tapos parang Gabriel was trying to, yung para mag-get used to na si Dean
Yep.
sa pagkamatay ni Sam. Yun. Tsaka every episode with Gabriel,
Gabriel, yeah.
funny, tapos
Mm.
maganda talaga. Tapos siguro yung next ko is yung batang Lilith na yung nasa suburban area siya, na lahat ng houses, lahat may demons. Yung mailman, demon siya na parang they were all guarding her, ganun.
Mm.
Yes, very
I don't
cool.
get the sense. There's no sense na i-guard nyo si Lilith. Diba? Para sa akin yung episode na
Actually.
it doesn't make any sense to guard one of the most powerful enemies of this franchise back then. Kasi considered na siya eh. Pero if
Actually,
you're going to diba, it doesn't make sense. If you compare her with Amara, wala siya. Amara's the ultimate darkness. And you hit the nail on its head. Kat, every time na involve si Gabriel in the episode, makita man siya or hindi, it becomes a hit for some reason. Pero I'd like you to end. Meron pa ba? Or yun yung talagang top? Or
Yun na.
mahirap pumili kasi dito eh. Pero ako, obviously, I'm a big fan of changing channels. Very funny. Very witty yung ginawa nila. Because you have certain faces na, okay, dito sila, I have a Japanese show, involved sila. and then CSI or
Mm.
NCIS katulad nung
Mm.
kanina. Nakakatawa pa nga dun, 'di ba, yung episode na yun, I think after nung Friends episode nila, silang dalawa,
Hmm.
lumalabas yung mga babae sa likod, women gone wrong. And
Mm.
then, actually feeling ko ganito na yung pakiramdam ni Dean dun.
Gun, mouth, now.
Ganun na yun eh, parang paulit-ulit na yung nangyayari. So you have one episode na ganito and then one episode na ganyan. Ang ano dun kasi, ang favorite ko kasi dun is like, ginagamit nila yung ano, they're trying to learn how to adapt. They're trying to play the game and then they wanted to beat Loki. Loki pa eh, on his own game, which yun nga yung nangyari. Just to realize na si Loki nanonood lang pala sa kanila talaga. And okay, so that's very fun. That's so funny.
Mm.
Another episode is I forgot. Well, tatlo kasi kung tutuusin, siguro yung episode na unang encounter ni Dean kay Death. I could tie
Mm.
that one up and yung the day na nagbakasyon
Mm.
si Death and then Dean took over. It's actually very emotional. Lalo na yung huling, kala niya kaya niya yung
Mm.
weight
Mm.
to take someone's soul na ganun-ganun lang, which he didn't anticipate that it was very hard. Very hard for him to take that kid's life.
Mm.
So, yung ginawa pa nga niya is parang hindi niya pinatay yung isa. Tinulungan pa
Mm.
niya. What happened? You actually disrupt the natural order. Katulad ng sinabi yung favorite girl ko na si Tessa. Ganito yung nangyayari. This is what happens. Imbes na isa lang yung mamamatay, I think 5 people or 3 people died because of
Mm.
ginawa niya. And then he was forced to kill all of them.
Mm.
Go back in time and kill ito. So that was very retrospectively malungkot yung episode na
Mm.
yun. Lalo na yung dinapitan siya ni Death na now you know how hard it is
Mm.
to become me.
Mm.
Can you actually bear the weight of being dead? Sabi niya no. I can.
Oo, oo.
Um, siguro yung number one na gusto ko out of wala akong mapili dun sa mga newer seasons because they were dragging for me.
Mm.
I love some of them but I didn't like them as the previous first one. Siguro yung number one for me is funny rin kasi parang comedy din is kalaban nila yung mga fairies. You guys remember that? Akala nila
Hindi ko
UFO.
maalala.
Akala nila UFO.
Mm.
This is Soulless Sam. Kasama niya.
Mm.
Hindi ko maalala yun.
You guys have to watch it. Na umiikot sa isang town and they're trying to figure out bakit may mga nawawalan tao,
Mm.
bakit may namamatay, bakit meron taon sobrang yaman. Tapos doon na na-discover na this certain person made a deal with the dwarves yata. I forgot it. Pero yun yung deal nila. And then, in exchange nun, yayaman siya. Pero ang kapalit pa nun, yung firstborn niya, kukunin.
Mm.
Yun ang deal nila sa dwarves eh. And they try to investigate doon with Soulless Sam. Dean actually trying to teach Sam more empathy. Kasi wala talaga.
Mm.
Wala talaga siyang pakailam. Parang
Mm-mm.
tinanong niya, if I die, what are you going to feel? Nothing. Yung sabi ni Sam sa kanya, nothing. So, tinuturo niya kung paano i-fake yung, yung emotion na
Yung
may
care.
ka. Kasi wala
Oh.
eh. Wala talaga eh. Totally. It doesn't have a soul. So, what are you gonna do? Just fake it till you make it. To the point na, nawala si Dean kasi kinuha siya ng light. Akala nila UFO. Wala siya for a couple of days yata. And then, nahuli niya si Sam na may kasamang babae sa kwarto. So, I was lost for about 2 days, and what were you doing? You're just hooking up with another girl. I thought you were dead, and you didn't even come looking for me. Yes, I did, but what can I do if I can't see you? So life goes on, right? Parang ganun yung dating. I would recommend you ladies to watch it again kapag
Mm.
nakakatawa siya kasi yun yung dinagay niya yung yung theory dun sa loob ng what do you call this? Sa loob ng microwave and then sumabog. Tapos ever since noon, inaano na siya. Hinahanap na siya kasi firstborn siya.
Mm.
So, I
Mm-mm.
think na may deal yata nangyari. Two, um, yung deal na yun para makuha nila yung tao na responsible dun sa pagkakulong nung isa, yung sa deal na yayaman siya pero kapalit yung anak mo. And then na-root out
Mm.
Mm.
nila yun. Kwento ko na yung ending, malalaman nyo rin pero it's fun pa rin. Kasi may
Sige.
leprechaun siya. Leprechaun siya. So,
Hmm.
ang ginawa niya, may ano kasi yung leprechaun na kapag sinabog mo yung sun, ay yung ano, salt, kailangan nilang bilangin. So, yun na yung ending.
Mm.
So, binaril
Parang
ni
naaalala
Sam,
ko na pala 'to.
uh, binaril ni Sam, walang
Nung
effect.
sinabi mo yung ending.
Uh,
Ako din.
Tapos sabay, that's
Nung
why I have
oo.
this. Tapos nagalit sa
Oo,
kanya,
naalala ko na.
binibilang, walang magawa, walang magawa, and then, ayun, tapos na.
Oo,
It,
naalala ko na
even
yun.
if I
He has no
actually said
choice.
yung ending niya, if you watch it, iba pa rin yung experience, nakakatuwa pa rin. So, ayun. Yun yung favorite ko. Eto na yan siguro, final na natin. I like to be keeping in time, siguro another 5 minutes. Start with Kat.
Mm.
What will be the definitive ending for you if you actually wrote the ending for the story? Sa mo
Hmm.
siya i-end and how would you end it?
Siguro kasi feeling ko underutilized din yung plot about Men of Letters. And kasi yung ending kasi ngayon,
Mm.
of course, spoiler alert, namatay si Dean, tapos Sam,
Again?
nagka-life. Oo. So,
Pero
parang,
final na yata yung death niya dun eh.
mm, yung parang yung hunting community nawala na parang before kasi 'di ba nung earlier seasons madami silang nakikilala na ibang hunters from all over the place. Tapos siguro I would have wanted if they taught and recruited members of Men of Letters para
Mhm.
lang may continuity dun sa hunter community. Yun.
Yeah. Kasi,
Mm.
I think it makes sense because if they die, ano na mangyayari dun sa ano, hunters, di ba?
Oo, sa mga monsters.
Yeah, and what will happen to them? Run free and then wala yung society nila, wala yung group nila. So, wala
Mm.
din. Mamamatay din yung mga tao. Yeah, I would agree. Yep. How about you then?
Siguro ako, dalawa yung na-envision ko. Kasi nagustuhan ko rin yung plot ng Men of Letters. Kasi, di ba nung nahanap nila yung bunker, nagkaroon sila ng home. Kasi di ba they grew up like living in motels lang, traveling from place to place, living in the car. So,
Mm.
siguro, yun, yung they settle there. Pero, most of the time, when I'm often asked this question, I always answer na, maybe I should have ended it at, yung original ending that the writer intended. Kasi as a writer myself, maganda rin sana na ending yun. Yung Dean found a life with that woman with the kid. Yung kid na sinave niya
Oh,
dun sa
yeah,
lake
yeah, yeah.
demon.
Mm.
Lake ghost.
Mm.
Di ba yun yung ending ni Dean sa
Yeah.
season 6? Maganda yun
Mm.
eh. Tapos, hindi naman kasi technically namatay si Sam nun, di ba? Nung kinain siya nung whole thing. Di ba
Mm.
nakalabas pa siya with Cass?
Oo.
Tapos, napanood na lang nila si Dean from afar. Parang that was a good ending to me kasi bitin siya. So, if they leave it that way for like 5, 7 years, they can go back and make a movie. Parang ganun. So, if it were me, I would have ended it at that. Tsaka yun yung height niya eh. Parang
Sa kanila ni Lisa.
end it like you're Breaking Bad. Sabi nga nila.
Yeah. Oh, maganda din. If you're going to place it on a
Mm.
sorry, on a writing standpoint, yeah, I would definitely agree. And
Mm.
the Railing Rails, good evening. Not sure if sino pinunta niya dito, if you guys know him or know it. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Um, I think for me it's a very tough question on how I would end this one. Kasi knowing or at least watching the end of this franchise, hindi ko gusto hindi ko gusto yung ending niya.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really bad. Even the actors themselves,
Mm.
they have their own side comments on this shouldn't have ended um, the way it went. Ah, okay, si Sir J, later tayo. Um, part of me would agree that you could have given the ending to Dean yung sa kanila ni Lisa. Kasi you want to see a good ending for at least one of them. And
Mm.
ang hirap niyang isulat na ending dahil kung ako lang, gusto ko lahat sila buhay eh. Including Bobby,
Mm.
everyone else, sila
Mm.
Joe, sila Ellen, gusto ko buhay lahat eh. So it's either mamatay silang lahat talaga. And then they ascend, nandun na sila sa heaven, and doon sila magkita-kita, which could be, yun na yung ano, final eh, for me. Pero I think it should have stopped when they defeated Lucifer for the first time. Dapat dun tapos na yun. Lalo na yung ano, yung
Sabagay.
sinapian, 'di ba? Sinapian si ano,
Oo.
si
Mm.
Sam.
Mm.
And then may 'di ba may
Mm.
episode pa na
Mm.
pinakita pinakita yung future nila na I'm not sure if you guys remember that. Yung pinakita yung future na ganito yung mangyayari sa inyo. Parang you guys will be in hiding katulad ng future na din na pinatay din ni
Oo.
ano ni Lucifer. I think doon pa lang yung alam mo yun yung binato ni ano ni Castle yung ano yung holy water na may halo na hey Asbat yung buo na yun dapat doon tapos na yun eh for me the bad ending,
Oo.
'di ba? Yeah, I think for me for a definitive ending in-extend nila na extend yun na yung pinakahuli. Kung gusto niyo talaga ng bad guy ending na
Mm.
yung ultimate bad guy na tinalo nyo, that would be the last episode na you would consider. And I would have pushed Dick Roman and the Leviathans probably in season 3. Sabay dire-diretso na yun.
Mm.
Pero again, here's
Actually, oo,
another
kasi yun na yung
formulate.
peak niya eh.
Uh, pero kung tutuusin, I love Dick Roman as a character.
Mm.
Ano siya eh, parang iba yung dating niya eh. I'm a shark. Sabi nga niya, diba, parang I want to dominate everything. Which na, yung ugali niya, hindi ko pwedeng ano yun eh. Hindi ko pwedeng i-vilify eh. Kasi that's everyone na gusto ng success sa buhay eh.
Mm.
Yung katulad ni- And, di ba, anong gagawin mo sa isang entity na kakalabas pa lang for thousands of years na nakatago? So,
Mm.
syempre, they will run wild. Gagawin nila yung kailangan nilang gawin to survive. So, even is a bad guy, yeah, yun nga. We have some new viewers. Brightest Day, thank you so much for hanging out. Hope everything's okay in the US, guys. So yun na yun. Mahirap mag-formulate ng ending pero I want, yun nga, the end of Lucifer would be the end of Supernatural. Kahit nasabi mong sama na si Crowley doon, which is also a fan favorite. Also a good
Mm.
web for me na
Mm.
fan din ako ni Crowley. Very, very annoying siya at times sa nakasimula pa lang pero you tend to grow with his character. Kasi ang
Mm.
ganda ng pagkasulat ng ano niya,
Mm.
ng
Mm.
lines niya. Though I hate kung paano siya namatay. If you guys remember kung paano siya namatay. Self-sacrifice siya. I think hindi mo na napanood yun
Parang
din.
yun yung pinakita yung no, parang napanood ko yan at some point. Kasi sinabi mo Kat sa akin yun, di ba?
Alin?
Yung sabi mong panoodin ko. Yung kung paano namatay si Crowley. Kasi di ba, ang plot niya yung medyo nagiging human siya, di ba? Or ibang season pa yun.
Hindi, yun na yung kaso ano pa yun.
Yung
Medyo
nagkakaroon
ano
na siyang
pa.
attachment.
Uh,
Mm.
he was considered as
Malayo pa yun, di ba?
an anti-hero na. Parang you have two sides with Castiel and also Crowley. So, dati 'di ba si Cass lang kasama nila and then biglang okay nandito na si Crowley parang
Mm.
opposite sila yung dalawa. Parang ganun na yung nangyari, tandem na sila.
Mm.
So, hindi na lang si Dean and Sam, meron ka ng Castiel and Crowley na sila din,
Mm-mm.
opposites din. So, ayun. I think that's the allotted time that we have right now. Medyo bitin. I apologize to the viewers or these people who are going to watch it.
Sorry,
Next
yeah.
time we will try to extend it and probably talk more about
Mm.
this or anything na pwede natin pag-usapan because
Yeah.
I think you ladies also have a affinity for horror movies based
Yes.
on ano ko.
Yeah.
And,
Yes. Yes.
and actually mamaya after nito I have another stream. We're going to
Mm.
react on the
Okay.
Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City trailer. Mamaya.
Mm.
I'm very excited for that. Very excited. By yun yung reaction ko dun. So, before we go, siguro, I would like to get some recommendations from you. You guys are also deep into watching stuff and also mga directors na pinapost ninyo. I would like to get at least probably a recommendation to watch this weekend from you
Mm.
fine ladies. Sino man gusto mauna?
Mm,
Say.
Mm.
Kat, ikaw muna.
um, any genre ba?
Yeah, any genre would do. Anything you guys enjoy na probably hindi pa na nakikita, siguro.
Siguro Kingdom series
Mm.
siya, nasa Netflix. It's a Korean series, it's very good. Yun. Tsaka, what else? Um, Hindi ko alam kung napanood mo na, pero yung A Quiet Place,
Yeah.
1 and 2,
Mm.
yun. It's a very good, ano, series, movie series, yun.
Mm. Okay. Kingdom, I'm a big fan. Ashen of the North, I'm not.
I haven't watched that one.
You'll know if you watch. I think yung chronological thing kasi. It's a chronological
Mm.
thing. That's the
Okay.
main issue na meron ako dun. Acting
Tsaka
wise,
parang
maganda pa rin.
irrelevant
Irrelevant,
na at that point. Yun.
yes. Because of what happened on the series,
Mm-mm.
they could have they could have launched that movie siguro after season 1 and
Mm-mm.
it could have given you a good standpoint on what really is happening and setting up the
Mm-mm.
season 2.
Oo.
The problem is kapag linagay mo naman siya sa season 1 mananalify yung ending ng season 2.
Mm-mm.
Yun
Mm-mm.
yung nakakabuisit doon. Pero anyway, I would agree Kingdom 2 thumbs up. Quiet Days Part 1, especially Part 1. Maganda. Part 2, hindi ko tinapos. Pero it was okay then. Far better than the stuff na nilalabas ng Hollywood ngayon. Some reason, mas
Mm-mm.
maganda siya. Okay. So then, ikaw.
This weekend, I'm planning on watching Midnight Mass, yung bagong series ni, sorry, ni Mike Flanagan. He's the guy behind The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. So, I really love those two series. So, para ko pa na rin yung Midnight Mass. And, ito, hindi ko siya super, r- feeling ko itong second series na pinapanood ko ngayon, if I recommend it to you today, tas kinuwento ko sa inyo yung plot, di kayo magagadado sa plot. Pero if you watch it, I think you'll get intrigued. Yung Big Little
Yeah.
Lies,
Mm.
it's somehow really good when you're watching it. Pero if you think about it, it's just these white moms with first world problems. But it's really good. So yun, Midnight Mass and Big Little Lies.
Amazing. Okay, I'm going to check it out. Saan siya available? Yung ano, Big Little Lies. Netflix also.
Yung Big Little Lies, it's on HBO. So I just downloaded it.
HBO Max. Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Um,
uh,
I'm surprised na wala nag-recommend sa inyo ng Squid Game. Ayun nga.
ang haba
Uh,
kasi, ay hindi ako pwede mag-commit ngayon sa long series.
it's not that long. I'm telling you, it's not that long. Kaya mo siyang tapusin sa loob ng kalahating araw.
Mm.
Hindi
I
na siya
watched that
mahaba.
one.
Oh, hindi siya mahaba.
Eh,
Mhm. But yeah,
hindi
to
kasi
each
ako pwede mag-commit ngayon ng half day na,
dahil sa
ano,
ano ginagawa mo. Nag-aaral ka or something.
oo,
So, and priorities. Well, yeah.
oo.
I would recommend actually out of recommendation yon Squid Game, you guys probably know it by now. Uh I have some people I follow yesterday na discuss nila entirety and they did a very good breakdown in their opinion and also how they perceive it. They gave it a very high rating, which I tend to agree. Pero for me, ayun nga, pangalan nila is Talong Gaming. website nila. Very good individuals. Nasa Facebook sila. Follow them if you guys want some social commentary and also movie reviews. Pero ako, medyo ano ako sa Squid Game. I could give it a 1 rating pero ito yon. For me, if I could determine something na, if it's good, yung replayability ang tinitignan ko. And I haven't had the urge to rewatch it again. Yun na sa akin. So that
So
would
it's okay. It's just
it's
okay.
okay. It's great to a point. I'm not pero alam mo yun, may mga films kang gustong panoorin ulit immediately after a week.
Mm-mm.
Hindi ko siya
Mm-mm.
naramdaman dito. Pinanood ko siya ng buo, naintindihan ko siya ng buo, pinanood. Very, very ano sa akin to, very foreign na naintindihan ko buo kagad after. Or at least 90%
Mm-mm.
naintindihan ko. And then, I never had the urge to rewatch it again for some reason. Though I agree with them na mataas yung rating nito. It was worth the hype. Overhype siya for me, pero
Yeah.
it really depends on the person kasi I'm a big fan of Battle Royale. And I tend to,
Mm-mm.
dun ako talaga for some
Ah.
reason. Yung maganda kasi dito is the game implementation. Ay palakpak ako dun. Paano nila ginawa yung mga laro? Definitely. And yung mga twist niya, maganda. Maganda to the point na talagang, yeah, you're invested with them. Pero, ewan ko, for me, when I watch it, after I watch it, natulog ako kinabukasan. Parang hindi ko siya, wala akong urge na panoorin, pag-aralan yung series for some reason. So, is it recommendable? Yes. Pero right now, I'm going to devoid from the usual recommendations na meron ako. I'm going to recommend a YouTuber na pinafollow ko. And he's actually great in dissecting movies. He's great in dissecting what they call series, video games. Then his name in YouTube is Smaller. And bibigay ko na example kung paano niya ginagawa yung stuff niya. Probably just a 20 second clip. Ganto niya dinadissect ang isang scene.
The explosion that was supposed to raise Earth is this big. I don't know what the intended effect on the planet even was, nor do I know if blowing it up in atmosphere will have horrible effects, but there we are. Also, how the fuck is Smurf Lord already here? He was called in about 2 hours ago in universe, and he could have been even further away than Youngledore was at the start of the movie, and yet Youngledore took over 22 hours to get here. Seems pretty stupid, but what the fuck would I know? They then send a fleet of fighters after her, but Plank bursts through them all. Oof, just on the edge of my seat right now. She then flies through a Kree Accuser battleship like it's butter and destroys the entire thing in a few seconds. You remember this thing? That an army of Nova Corps died to try and slow down? Well, she can destroy it like it's made of bubbles while also flying through space, which is something she absolutely nails, by the way, as though she's at her peak of understanding and learning about it, almost like her progress with everything else she can do. You guys remember when our heroes would have to pick up each of their skills over time, learning, growing, changing, developing? Well, Plank just instantly knows how to do everything, quite literally on the fly. Though, outside of the ability aspect, how about we talk about the character once again? Plank erases that entire ship from existence. There was very likely a lot of people on it. A lot of Kree people, to be exact. Kree that may have been lied to just like her and told that Earth was full of Skrull invaders. Kree that she was no different from just yesterday, and still she just splits them all in half while tossing them into the vacuum of space while cheering. I'm getting some serious Finn vibes here. I guess she deemed them all evil and will have to wipe them off the face of the galaxy, but wait, she then spares the other two ships with a warning. Why are you invested in sparing these lives while happily taking the other third of them right there and then while cheering woohoo? Is there no moral dilemma about how she picks and chooses who lives and who dies? Does she think about any of what she is doing on a level deep? She's like a child.
And anyway, yun, his name's Mahler in YouTube. You guys follow him. Pero acquired taste yun sa kanya because yung streams niya umaabot ng 10 hours. Nagdadissect siya ng movie.
Grabe dedication.
Yeah. Kaya yung
Wait, 10
pangalan din,
hours isang movie?
IFAP yung ano ng tawag nila. Every frame a pause. Kasi talagang yun ang ginagawa nila. Sometimes 10 hours yung pinakamatagal. And then nagpapalit na yung mga guests nila. Humikot. Pero yung core nandun pa rin. So, yeah, before we go, just like to plug also the page ng, ni Den and also Kat. Also, I have a bad feeling about this. Hindi ko na nga natanong kung paano nyo nakuha tong pangalan na to, but probably next time. But yeah, go ahead and follow them. You also have other socials, correct? Available kayo in Spotify. Is there anything else? Anchor or anything? Wala na.
We're on Instagram as well.
Instagram handle is wala kasi dito, sorry. Is it also the same? I have a
It's the
bad.
same for everything.
Okay,
I have a bad
so
feeling
yeah,
about this.
go ahead and follow them. I would recommend them highly to people na gusto makinig ng banter between friends and how movies and series actually impacted their life. Some funny stories as well. And here is the reason kung bakit fan ako ni Tessa. Because I met her nung pumunta siya dito on
Mm,
ToyCon 2015,
so cool.
17. And just a story, 30-second story yung nangyari dito. She had a panel, walang makalapit. Kailangan mo magbayad. Ako nandun ako, took the advantage. Sabi ko, big fan ako ni Tessa. So, pababa sila. Actually, inabot ko na yung first blade sa kanya. Ang hawak-hawak niya. Inabot ko na yon and then nagulat siya. Sabi niya, just go around back and that's talk. Sabi sa akin, okay, let's go. So, nandun. Usap kami sandali. Nag-thank you siya, pero baka hindi daw niya mauwi yung first plate dahil harang sa custom. That's fine. At least you have a remembrance that at least one of the people here is actually a solid fan. Sabi niya, ay, thank you so much. Ganito ganyan, inakap pa niya ako. And then, kinuhanan ako ng kaibigan ko. Well, a few seconds there, sobrang puno na yung nasa likod ko. And then, ako lang yung nakakuha ng picture with her. So, you have to take advantage talaga of any situation na makikita mo na kapag fan ka and then alam mong kaya mo. Because hindi na bumalik si Tessa ulit dito, si Lindsay McKeon dito. It's very sad kasi I was looking forward to and sometimes nagre-replay siya sa IG before pero ngayon hindi na. That's the price for it.
Super,
So, yeah. Yeah,
super
super
good.
cool. Pero mas gusto ko makita si Jensen in real life. Definitely. So, okay.
Same,
That
definitely.
yeah. That's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want to watch this, rewatch this, it will be available on YouTube after this one. So if there's nothing else, thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. In a few minutes, simula na yung Welcome to Raccoon City breakdown namin dito. And I hope you enjoy. I'm just going to play something. Ladies, if you need to go, thank you so much for being here. And everyone else, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And if you need to go anywhere, just go siguro. Take care. And good night.
Thanks for having us.